Tina from TinaHints.com, and I am doing a series of videos that deal with personality types based on your sun and moon sign. So now if you have your moon in Sagittarius and your sun in Aries, then this video is for you. So what can you expect from someone who has their moon in Sag and their sun in Aries? So what exactly do we mean by the sun and the moon? So there are 9 planets in astrology, and each of these planets embody a certain archetype, all right? So the sun represents our exterior self, and the moon represents our inner emotional life, our inner life, okay? So the sun is also how you want to be perceived. It's the yang component, and the moon is how you really feel. So knowing just a sun sign will give you a very limited scope of the true personality that you want to discover, even if it's yours. You'll never quite know who you really are with just your sun sign, because the moon sign is the real you, is you when the lights come off. So now if you have your moon in Sag, then you're very outgoing, because let's understand what Sagittarius is all about. So Sagittarius is the 9th sign of the zodiac. It's the last fire sign. It's the sign immediately after Scorpio, which is very intense, which is the 8th sign of sexuality, rebirth, death, ruled by Pluto. And Sagittarius is immediately after that the 9th sign, which is ruled by Jupiter, the planet of expansion, and it deals with higher philosophy, it deals with publishing, it deals with foreigners, it deals with travel. So Gemini also deals with travel, but Gemini deals more with local travel, whereas Sagittarius deals with international travel. Now if you have your moon in this sign of expansion, then you are very philosophical. You don't really ever grow up, because there's a huge child component to the moon and Sag. You like to communicate, you like to throw jokes, you like to just experience new things. Sages, they love adventures. They want to go and travel the whole world, and they are not your first class or go into the room and sit down and order what I eat at home. No, they are not that type at all. Sagittarius moon people will travel and merge with the local culture. They will learn from the local culture, they'll eat with the local people, and they really want to experience different places and different cultures, because that's how they grow and that's how they expand. They're very spiritual, definitely ruled by Jupiter, which is the archetype of the teacher. But there's a certain brashness about moon in Sagittarius that I think curtails after the age of 40, but before that they're quite brash and quite insensitive. Now you've got to understand one thing, that the moon is all about emotions, right? And Sag is not known for its emotions. In fact, Sag is quite blunt and quite straightforward, and they don't necessarily think of what other people feel. This could be a problem, okay, if you really don't give into it. But they don't really mean malice, they don't do it maliciously, that I'm going to insult you, so I say something brash. That's not the energy. They are telling you how it is. They're just being true. They're just being truthful and giving it to you how they see it. They don't like to put additional frills, and in relationships they are very broad-minded. They love freedom, and they don't like to be clusterfucked, and they don't like to be controlled. Like, if you tell your moon and Sag that, oh, you can't go out or you can't experience new things, then that's not going to work. They will go out, they will have their set of friends, they will probably be very interested in sports as well. Sag has this real affinity with sports, and especially if their Mars is in Sag as well, then you've got a sportsman in there somewhere. So they've got a lot of physical energy. They've got a lot of physical energy, and they want to cook. They want to experience new things. It's pretty amazing, but they miss out details. They can be cold. They can be quite brash, as I said, and insensitive to others. Okay, so this is something you might have to work with if you have this placement. And you've got Aries Sun. Remember, the sun is how you want to be perceived by the world, what you project out into the world, how you want your internal key to be perceived by the world. Okay, so here you've got your sun in Aries, which is the sister sign of Sag. So Aries is ruled by Mars, which is all about action, but Mars can be volatile. Okay, and okay, so Aries Sun means you like to start things. Sag Moon also means you like to start things, and you're not great at details. Aries Sun, you're not great at details, and you don't like completing things. You don't like routine. Now with both these placements, you don't like routine. You're not likely to be a 9 to 5er. Now with the Aries Sun, you probably project yourself out to be a leader, which you are. You know, Sag by itself is a leader. Your moon is a leader. Although sometimes they can be quite impressionable, but they're mutable. But as I said, once they mature and once they really realize life and experience their growth paradigms, and Sag moon people can be very, very responsible, and they can really passionately give of themselves to a cause or to philosophy. Later on in life, they usually become philosophers or teach philosophy. They're teachers, are great teachers. So with Aries Sun, you're probably great at starting things, probably great at leadership. So if you teach something, you can really may even be the head teacher, or whatever it is that you do, you can be the leader. But be careful, as I said, of not being too brash. Aries is very brash. Aries Sun, you come across as loudmouth, impatience. Now both these signs need to learn that patience is a virtue. Okay, and this is something that fire signs, I think this is a lesson for them. They have to learn this, because since fire moves swiftly, they expect everything to move quickly, and if it doesn't, then they really fall apart, and that cannot happen, because everything must take its own course and it takes its own time. So that is something you've got to learn with these placements, that yes, everything will come to you if you wait for it. There is a time when it's bound to manifest, and that's the time when it will manifest. Don't try to push it. Be careful you don't get into accidents. You can be quite an adventurer with moon and Sag, and of course Aries Sun, you're always putting out the daredevil side of you. Aries, real hardcore daredevils. Sag, hardcore daredevils. You can be into extreme sports. So if you have as I said, your Mars also in Sag, then you probably you could be into extreme sports. Okay, involved in something, I don't know, and you like speed, so cars, you like speed, and travel. You're probably a traveler, and since the moon is also your home and your mother, you've probably had a very liberal mother, very philosophical, very maybe even highly educated, and you've probably moved around a lot in your childhood. Okay, because that's just the way moon and Sag people do. They move around a lot in childhood, and they love moving around, and home for them is not the same like Cancerian. Okay, home for them is an idea, a place they can vibe, their spiritual tribe. So I hope you liked that video as much as I like making it for you. Hit the comment, leave a comment, hit the like and subscribe button, share with your friends, and don't forget to visit my website and check out my work, my other videos, and my blogs. Thank you so much. Take care. This is Tina from Tina Hill signing off. Bye.